We'll begin by coming into constructive rest pose, lying with the knees bent, feet in line with the sit bones, arms spread a little wider than the mat, palms turned up in order to flatten and broaden the shoulder blades. Feel the back of the skull dropping into the mat. If you notice your chin reaching up to the ceiling, draw it down towards the notch of the neck. And if that causes any discomfort in the neck, place a little pillow so the head is elevated. In either case, we want the back of the neck long and the chin drawn down towards the chest. Feel the feet. Balance yourself across the front of the ball of the foot, ball of the big toe, ball of the little toe, and evenly in the middle of the heel. Abdominal muscles relaxed. Back muscles releasing so that you can feel the neutral lumbar back curve. And then stabilizing the lumbar curve with the pelvic floor and the transversus, the muscle that's like a big belt. We'll inhale to prepare. And exhale, engage the pelvic floor, and then wrap the belt of the transversus around the low belly, the hips. Imagine that belt buckle coming snug beneath the belly button. And then relax. And completely relax. Release down into gravity again. And repeat. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, engage the pelvic floor. Wrap the transversus around. Keep it low in the torso and keep it internal. Keep it really being inside, close to the bones. And then relax with the inhale. Let it go completely. One more time. Inhale, prepare for the inner core. Exhale, gather the pelvic floor and wrap the belt around. And then maintain that while you inhale. Renew it while you exhale and bring the arms down to the sides. And then keep engaging it as you inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. And renew as you reach back, maintaining your neutral lumbar curve, your neutral pelvis. No movement in the lower back or pelvis as you reach your arms back behind you. Inhale, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, settle them down to the sides. Relax the muscles of the inner core. And there should be no movement of the spine or pelvis if you had stabilized it. So let's check that out again. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, gather the pelvic floor and wrap the belt of the transversus around as you reach the arms back behind you. And then float the arms up with the inhale. And release them down to the sides as you exhale. Relax the abdominals and notice, hopefully the pelvis and lower back are staying still. One more time. Inhale, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, engage the inner core and reach back with a stable lower back. And inhale, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. And then relax them down to the sides. And let everything go. Release into gravity again. Soften the belly. Then bring the hands behind the head. Interlace the fingers. Open the elbows out wide. And take an inhale. Observe the flaring of the ribs. And exhale. Feel your front ribs knit together. And then inhale. Relax that. Notice your back ribs as you inhale. And with your exhale, reach your back ribs down to the mat. Imprint them like a stamp into a stamp pad. And relax with the inhale. Feel the front ribs flaring on the exhale. Unflare them. Reach each half of the rib cage towards the other. And relax with the inhale. Feel the back ribs, and as you exhale, imprint the back ribs down. This is different from flattening the lower back. We're just reaching the ribs down, not pressing the lower spine down. Inhale, relax. One more time like that. Feel the ribs flare in the front. And unflare them as you exhale. And then inhale. Be aware of the back ribs. And imprint them as you exhale. And relax as you inhale. Exhale, engage the inner core, knit the front ribs, imprint the back ones, and take a little head lift, containing the neutral spine. Inhale, head down, keep the lower back stable. Twice more, exhale, lift up with a neutral lower back, and inhale, lower back down. One more time, neutral lower spine as you lift. This time, stay lifted. Stay there while you inhale. We're going to side bend. Bring the right armpit towards the right hip. Inhale back to the center. Breastbone stays facing the ceiling into the side bend to the left. And inhale back into the center. Exhale, side bend to the right. And inhale, center. Exhale, and side bend to the left. Inhale, center. We're going one more time each direction. Inhale to the center. And last time to the left. And inhale to the center. Relax the head down. Bring your arms down to your sides. Relax the neck and shoulders. Soften all the abdominal muscles. Bring your thumbs to your low ribs. Place your fingers on the hip point. Feel the ribs and feel the hips. We want to keep the pelvis stable now. The relationship between the ribs and hips is going to stay steady as we go into the alternate leg lifts. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, engage the inner core. Reach your ribs down the diagonal to the opposite back pockets. And inhale, lift the right foot up. Steady in the pelvis. Exhale, lower it back down. Set everything back up again. And inhale, lift the left foot. Stable pelvis. Feel your back ribs reaching down, your front ribs knitting and imprinting. Inhale to lower down. And keep it going. Inhale the right foot up. And lower with the exhale. And then the left. Steady the pelvis. Feel with your fingers. And lower down. Once again, anchor and lift. And lower down. And other side, anchor and lift. And lower down. And relax completely. Bring your hands behind your head again. Inhale and feel the ribs flaring. Exhale, engage the inner core, knit and imprint the ribs and lift your head. Make sure your ribs are coming together in the front and going down into the mat in the back. Keep a neutral spine and pelvis as you inhale your right foot up. And this time flex your foot, extend your leg out. Inhale, bend the knee. And re-anchor, lower your foot back down. Keep the pelvis steady and lift the left. And flex your foot, extend out. Inhale and bend and lower back down. Steady the pelvis. And again with the right foot coming up. And reach out through the heel. Stretch the back of the calf. Inhale, bend the knee. Anchor and lower back down. And then the left side. And reach it out. And bend the knee. Lower down. Keep anchoring. Lower your head. Bring your hands back onto the pelvis. Lift the right side. Flex and extend. Now point your toes. Externally rotate the leg. Lower the leg down towards the mat. Keep your pelvis still. And then do 10 small pulses with the leg. Keeping your pelvis steady as you lift up and down with the leg. After you're done with that, return the leg to parallel. Bend the knee. Re-anchor. And lower the right foot back down to the floor. Pause. Reset everything. Get your inner core working, your ribs knitting and imprinting. And lift the left foot up. Exhale, flex and extend. Reach out through the heel. Really steady your ribs down to the opposite back pockets. Point the toe, roll the leg out in the socket. Lower down towards the mat. And then do 10 small pulses, keeping the pelvis steady. If your hip is dropping down to the left, just take the leg a little higher and do the pulses. When you're done with those, rotate to parallel, bend the knee, And lower the foot back down. And let everything relax. We're going to bring the arms like a cactus position. Back of the hands, back of the forearms, back of the upper arms against the mat. If your hands don't touch, have your wrists straight and let the hands be off of the floor. And then as you exhale, engage the inner core, pull the ribs in, and press the backs of the hands down into the mat. So if you're actually touching the floor, you'll press against it. If you're not quite touching it, just move in that direction. Press down as you exhale and relax with the inhale. And press down and relax. One more time. And relax. Now if your arms are resting on the mat, please leave them there. If your hands are not down on the mat, bring them up to a vertical position. So you're either going to be in a cactus or in a vertical. Engage the inner core. Knit and imprint the ribs. Lift the right foot up. Imprint even more firmly and lift the left foot up. Now as you exhale, pull pubic bone to belly button and flatten the lower back down. This is the first time we're in a flat lumbar curve. Notice that sensation. Heels nice and close down to the buttocks. Keep connecting your pubic bone to your belly button. Feel the right ribs pressing down, and if your right arm's on the mat, press down into the mat with the arm, and then circle your knees over to your left. Make a circle. Come over to the right. Make sure your back or left ribs are down and back into the center. Then we're going to reverse the circle. So be mindful of the opposite pair of back ribs on the opposite side, and keep the cactus pushing down into the mat on the side that you're moving away from. Back into the center and reverse the other way. And pull back into the center and reverse. And again. And last time. And bring one hand to each knee. Gently hug the knees in. And establish a neutral tabletop, preparing for the 100. Engage the inner core. Knit and imprint the ribs and press your palms down. Keep those ribs knitting together as you lift your head, extend the legs, and exhale for 5 pulses. Inhale for 5 pulses. Back of the arms active, and inhale for 5. Exhale, flatten across the front of the belly, and inhale. If the back gets tired, bend your knees, and inhale. The head gets tired, place it down on a cushion, and then lift it back up when you're ready. The neck gets tired, I should say. Exhale for 5, and inhale. Exhale for 5, and inhale. Keep your inner core connected, whether you're inhaling or exhaling. Exhale, and inhale. Last time, exhale, and inhale. And bend your knees, put your head down, one hand on each knee. Stirring the coffee, floppy thighs. Stir your thighs around your hip sockets. Legs are passive. Reverse. And to the center. We'll stretch the left leg out onto the floor, right knee to the breastbone. Check that your left foot is in line with your hip socket. Try not to have it wide. Engage around your your pelvis, inner core is working. Extend the right leg up. Relax the arms down, or better yet, place the hands on the ribs and the hips like you did before and circle 5 times. And then lower the legs straight down, reaching your foot away from your head. Keep pulling your ribs down to the opposite back pockets. Bring the left knee into the breastbone. And reach down with your tailbone, reach up with the foot. Lengthen the leg. Reconnect with the core, ribs down to the opposite back pocket. 5 circles each way. And reverse. And And then reach the leg down, stretch it out long. Relax. And we're going to turn all the way over onto the stomach. Arms in the cactus position. Turn your head to one direction. Legs comfortably separated. Engage the inner core. Knit your ribs together. Use your exhale. Lift your chest and head up. Tuck the chin under. Press down into the hands gently and draw your shoulder blades down the back as you inhale into the breastbone. And then exhale, lower down. Turn your head the other way. Relax completely. Reset the core, knit the ribs, and exhale. Raise the chest and head back up into the center. Stay, and as you inhale, you're going to press down into the hands a little bit. Draw the shoulders down the back. And exhale, lower down. Turn the head the other way. Relax everything. Really give up into gravity. And one more time. Exhale the inner core, knit the ribs, and raise the chest and the head. As you inhale and press the palms down, breathe the breastbone forward. And exhale, lower down, and reverse the head. Then place your hands under your forehead and relax there for a moment. Now bring the arms straight out in front of you like Superman flying. Arms are framing the ears. Engage the inner core, knit the ribs, gently press the hands down into the floor and raise the chest and head. This is quite similar to what we did before. We're going to stay up here. See if you can have that feeling of the shoulder blades pulling to the back pocket, the breastbone moving forward. Careful not to crane the neck. So your chin is still tilted down. And we're going to reconnect with all the core work and then raise both arms and both legs and flutter kick. This is called swimming. If it's too much in the shoulders, place your hands underneath your forehead. Keep the legs long, the arms long, the shoulders pulling down the back. And then release. And move into child's pose. And then we'll come over to the left side. Coming out long, legs straight, neck and shoulders comfortable. If the neck's not comfortable, slip your pillow underneath your ear. And you can either have the pillow between the arm and the ear or bring your arm forward and just rest on the pillow. Neck and shoulders at ease. Up hand on the top waist. Engage the inner core. Take an organ lift. Lift your organs up off of the mat and then lift both legs up and top leg 5 times up and down. And then the bottom leg down and up 5 times. And then scissor 5 times forward and back. And then the top leg circles, optional to have that bottom leg lifted each side. Keep your pelvis and ribs steady, 5 times one way, 5 the other. Then lower the bottom leg, externally rotate the top leg, reach the heel down to the floor in front. Point the toes, roll the thigh in and reach down towards the back. Roll out, flex your foot, bring the heel towards the front, roll in, point, and bring the toes towards the back. Roll out, flex, heel front, roll in, point, toes back. Twice more. And then back into the center. Use your organ lift to raise the bottom leg up and flex the feet. Squeeze the toes, point, fan, and flex back. Squeeze, point, fan, flex, squeeze, point, fan and flex, reverse. Reach, grab, and pull back. Open the toes. Reach, grab, and pull back. Last one. And then relax. We're going to take 10 times in each of the clamshell positions, starting with 0-degree flexion, so you can just leave your thighs as they are, bend the knees behind you. Feel your hips, make sure your right hip's a little forward, engage the inner core, lift the bottom waist up to the top waist, and then roll the right thigh out in the socket 10 times. The power is in the buttock. Make sure the pelvis is still, you can feel it with your right hand. Relax that. Bend the knees comfortably. This is called 45-degree flexion with the knees at the mat, the feet underneath you. Place your hands on your hips. Now relax in the waist, soften the organ lift, engage your inner core, but don't engage your obliques. So this should stay soft as you find the belt across the hips. Once you have the stability, 10 times, 2 sets of 5, rolling the thigh out in the socket. Relax. And one more time, bend the knees so that the knees, bend the hips so that they get a 90-degree angle at the hip, knee and ankle at the front of the mat. Engage the inner core. We're still going to do it without the organ lift, and roll the leg out in the socket for 10 repetitions. And relax. Now straighten your right leg out in front of you and reach down with your left hand. You can hold the foot or the leg. If your head won't go down to the floor, get your blanket. And we're going to a twist. Right arm stretched comfortably out to the side. Right leg as straight as you can have it. Breathe slowly. For this little side kick series, I try to do it or some version of it every day. It's a really great strength builder and maintainer. And then you get this great stretch at the end. Okay, roll to the back, knees into the chest. And then over to the other side, resting on the right side, legs outstretched. Find the comfortable position for the arm, for the neck and the arm underneath. Top hand on the top hip, or fingertips can come onto the net mat if you need some stability. Engage your inner core, lift your organs up off of the mat, and then raise both legs up. Stabilize there, top leg up and down 5 times. And bottom leg down and up 5 times. And then forward and back, 5 repetitions. Rather to have the fingers down than the ribs moving, so make the choice where you're getting the full benefit. When you're done with 5, we're circling the top leg. Bottom leg can float or be resting on the floor. Reverse after 5, do the other direction. And then bottom leg down. Roll the top leg out in the socket, flex the foot, aim the heel to the floor. You don't have to touch, just go in that direction. Point, roll in and aim the toes behind you. Roll out, flex, heel towards the floor. Roll in, point, and reach down through the toes. And roll out, flex, external rotation. Roll in and point, reach down. Twice more. And back into the center. Reconnect with the inner core. Engage the organ lift. Lift the bottom thigh up and flex the feet. Then squeeze, point, fan, and flex. Squeeze, point, fan, squeeze, point, fan, flex and reverse. Open the toes as you reach out, squeeze them as you pull back. And lower the legs, relax. Keep the hip socket, hip crease open as you bend the knees. 90-degree angle at the knee, 0-degree angle at the hip. Reconnect with the inner core, take your organ lift, and for 10 repetitions, lift and lower the top knee. Keep your left hip pushing forward. Fingertips, of course, can go on the floor if that's helpful. After 10, relax, and then bring the knees forward to the front of the mat. Your feet are still underneath you. Re-engage the inner core, take your organ lift, and then we're rolling the thigh out in the socket, keeping the pelvis still and lowering back down. Push your left hip forward as you roll the thigh out in the socket. Exhale to lift and inhale to lower. And one more variation. Bend to 90-degree flexion at the hip. Re-engage your inner core. Keep your organ lift relaxed. And 10 repetitions here. And when you're done with those 10, stretch the left leg forward, grab the foot or the leg, open the left arm out to the side, relax the left shoulder, and breathe slowly into the twist. Then come on to the back. Bring your knees into your chest. Hug the thighs in. Come to a neutral tabletop for the abdominal series. Engage the inner core. Bring your ribs down and dive into the opposite back pocket. Lift your head. Stretch one leg out. And then switch. Chin in towards the chest. Elbows lifted high and wide. Neutral lumbar back curve. And then into the double leg. Make sure your ribs knit together and they imprint as you reach behind you. Keeping the lower back still, but also stay connected through the ribs. Exhale away from the center and inhale back in. Last one. Keep your legs straight and go into your scissors. And then both legs straight up, support the head, re-anchor, inner core, wrist the opposite back pocket, imprint the back ribs, lower the legs down a little bit, and bring them back up. Absolutely no increased curve in the lower back as you bring the feet down. If there is, make the movement smaller. Make sure your back ribs stay imprinted as well. Last one. And then bend the knee, reset, and crisscross. Balance on the back of the pelvis. Really steady there. The movement of the rotation is all in the rib cage. Okay, and then bring the knees in. Rock them side to side. Turn your head from side to side. And then roll over onto your side and come up to all fours. Going to do a little shoulder stability. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Engage the inner core. Knit the ribs together. Tuck your toes. Make sure that you really feel your abdominal wall pulling up into the spine before you try to make this action. And when you're ready, exhale, push into the hands, bring your knees up to hover. Yes, there's work in the belly here, but I really want you to concentrate on what you're feeling. Hands pushing the floor away. There should feel a lot of stability around the shoulders. And then release the knees down. Rest for a moment. Reset, inner core, ribs knitting, press the hands, and hover the knees. If there's any pain in the lower back, don't take your knees off the floor, just press their hands down. And lower down, relax. And one last time, set your core first, inner core, then knit the ribs together, press, and lift the knees and hover. And then release the knees. Move your hips back to your heels. Stretch out nice and long. Keep your elbows down on the floor. And then raise your chest and head up off of the mat. Pull your shoulders down your back. And then relax the head back down to the floor. Do that twice more. Press the elbows down, lift the breastbone up, pull the shoulders down the back, and lower and release. One more time. Get yourself up, and that'll do it. Like the rest of the night. And hopefully see you soon. I'm not going to be here for Pilates on Saturday. I'm hiking, but you can take it one of the old classes if you like. But I will be here for yoga tomorrow. So see you then. Thanks.